Hey guys, Merry Meet. This is Anastasia Autumnfire, and I wanted to do a quick prelude video or introduction video. Today is the 24th day of my 30 days of Samhain crafting, which means we are a week away from Samhain. So with that in mind, I wanted to count down to Samhain doing ancestral offering crafts. Basically, I'm making a craft a night that will sit in the Ancestor bowl on my altar, kind of charging up with good, honoring energies and warm fuzzies and all that jazz. And then on Samhain, my witchy sister-in-arms and I are having a fire, and we will, at that point, burn those offerings. How I'm doing this is also a little different. One of the women on a pagan mommy group that I'm a part of on Facebook had this brilliant idea of associating a different ancestral power or spirit to each night to focus on in this upcoming week. So, for instance, tonight she is giving to the seer. So it's the night of the seer. On this night, at least in her practice, what she's doing is she's taking it to focus on those ancestors who had spiritual gifts, who were able to communicate with the dead, or able to oh my gosh, I'm drawing blanks, who had a knack with divination, perhaps. So she might whip out a deck of tarot cards to try to commune with that ancestor. Or it could be something as simple as just having a family dinner and sharing stories about that specific person, if it was one that you actually knew. It's just a way of kind of breaking down ancestral honoring into a more accessible way, because at least for me, when it comes to the overall largeness of ancestral work, I mean, it could be so much. You could do so much. It could mean this, it could mean that. For me, crafting is a huge thing, but oftentimes when it comes to connecting with the ancestors, it has to do with meditation. It has to deal with just kind of going within myself to communicate with them and seeing if they have any messages for me. It's a lot of dream work for me. So for someone who has kind of a set routine when it comes to ancestral work, an activity like this, activity isn't the right word, approaching this with that frame of mind of how can I work with my ancestors in a way that I haven't attempted yet. And this is a great way of doing it, because you're focusing on specific attributes of those ancestors. You're focusing on special gifts of those ancestors and what they meant to you. I know for me, when beginning this, I started doing some research, and I started thinking about things and realizing just, wow, it could be this person, or it could be this person, and also this person. So in my crafting, what I'm doing is every name I can think of, I'm including in these gifts. And you'll see what I mean by that when we get into the actual gifts. It might be a little too difficult to explain. I'm also including a quick little wording on the offerings, simply stating, for those listed below, but also those that are not, because I certainly don't want to forget someone. And also, ancestor is such a broad term. as well. I mean, certainly there are people in my family that I don't know. I've never met them. But they may very well have a huge influence on my practice today. You know, they could be a spirit guide that I'm not aware of. And I do want to do honor to them as well. And then as someone that works with hell, I'm sorry, I was trying to think of the correct title. I don't know that I can necessarily call myself a dedicant or a daughter of or a child of hell. But certainly as someone that works with hell, remembering the dead is a huge, huge thing. And something that really has spoken to me this Samhain, which may or may not have come through in my crafting. I know even just thinking back on some of the crafts I've done, I remember bringing up, the spirits are out this night, and, I want to protect myself from any malicious spirits that are out. It's like, Samhain has always been a time of kind of revelry for me. It's been the end of the year, and so we're letting go of all the bad and bringing in all the good of the next year, and it should be celebrated and enjoyed and fun times. And this year has been much more solemn for me. It has been much more introspective. It has been much more about ancestral work, much more about the spirit realm and connecting with that and really getting to the meat of what that means for me. It's been amazing. And that's kind of a little bit of a sidetrack. If any of you watching these videos ever wanted to do this kind of a dedication, it may seem silly, like watching videos like, seriously, this chick is just doing a bunch of crafts, it doesn't mean anything. No, it does, because as you're doing this craft, you're thinking about it, you're planning this, and you're learning things. I'm a person where in my car, on my way home from work, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this is the craft I'm doing, I've got all my research done, I've got all my notes, now what am I going to say? And as I'm practicing what I'm going to say, all of a sudden I have all these aha moments. It's coming to me, oh, and then this, and oh my gosh, and what about this? And even in planning this video today, I was sitting there going, holy cow, death is all around us. I mean, not nearly like it was for our ancestors, but we deal with it every day, and it just kind of hit me. And then I started comparing to our ancestors, like our true back ancient ancestors, what that meant, what the dark of the season meant for them. And it just kind of goes. It's almost an odd form of meditation in a way. So I strongly suggest it, because although on video it may just seem like a lot of crafty, fun things, it speaks to you, and you learn so much about yourself and so much about your spiritual path as you're doing it. But I digress. Sorry about that. But yeah, so this is a way for me to kind of, I wanted to give offerings to the ancestors. I wasn't entirely sure how to go about that. I knew I could make an incense, I knew I could make a candle, and I did make both an incense and a candle and an oil. But I really wanted to give more thought to it and more time to it, and doing this, breaking it down in such a manner, really has helped me understand just how much these people have influenced my life. And I do view the family as more than just blood. Friends are certainly very much a part of family as well. I know my witchy sister in arms, as I refer to her, I try not to say her name because I don't know if she would want me to, but she is my best friend, but she's like a sister to me. I don't view her as a friend. She is my sister. And I know in the pagan community that's kind of a very accepted idea, that we're all brothers and sisters. We are all connected. And certainly family is about love. It's not about blood. I know that's not necessarily something our ancestors have held true. In a lot of even pagan branches, it's about bloodlines and who do you hail from and who taught you and this, that, and the other thing. But at least for me right now in my path, it's about love. And the people that I'm honoring with these crafts are people that I have loved or who have influenced people I have loved. Or that I felt called to honor, because I do have my first one tonight that I'm doing. It is very much kind of a broad concept, but I felt very called to do it, and I'll explain it more in that video. So yeah, I hope this rambling has made sense. Basically, next 7 videos are going to be all about crafting for the ancestors, and we're going to be focusing on a specific type of ancestor or loved one who has passed every night. And that's what that craft will be for. There have been a couple of crafts that I was asked to do and I did not get to them. I deeply apologize. I know Wood Witch, you had asked for a witch's ladder. I was trying to figure out how to make that work with the ancestral offerings, but the one that I knew I wanted to make and really felt strongly about making, I don't want to burn. And these crafts are all going to be burned. So I'm really sorry. I will get that video up. It just won't be part of the 30 Days of Samhain crafting series. Same thing for a buddy of mine. He wanted me to make, it was kind of a nerdy inspiration thing again. And I kind of found a tie into Samhain, but other crafts were really calling to me more, and I just didn't get to it. I will make a video. I will get that up. It just won't be part of 30 Days of Samhain. The Witch's Ladder was very much part of Samhain, but it just didn't get there. So I'm really sorry. I hope I haven't let anyone down. I never mean to do that. And I really hate when someone says, oh, just let me know what you'd like to see and I'll do it. And then they never do it. So it will get done, just probably next week. No, week after. That's it. The week after. Anyway, I'm going to let this go because we're already over 10 minutes. I just wanted to kind of explain these next 7 videos that will be coming up. Thank you so much for listening and watching. As always, many blessings. Bye.